Hey world, it's your girl Corinne here and welcome back to our channel. Now today we're diving deep into a topic that is as intriguing as it is important. Parasite cleanses. Now stay to the end because if you purchase our 4-day cleanse, I have included a full breakdown of all the 4 days that you're going to do, what you should do, what to expect, the whole 9 yards. Now, before you squirm in your seats, let's demystify what parasites are, how you get them, and the natural ways to cleanse our bodies from these uninvited guests using herbs. Now, first things first, what exactly are parasites? Well, parasites are organisms that live in or on other organisms, such as ourselves, and they rely on their hosts for survival. They can come in various forms, from microscopic to larger worms. Now, before you start picturing something like out of a sci-fi movie, it's crucial to know that most parasites are pretty common and often go unnoticed because they're so tiny. Now, before you jump and say, I don't have parasites, honey, if you haven't done an effective cleanse, detox, you'll probably have parasites, sorry to say. So what are some ways you get parasites? Now, one common route is through the consumption of contaminated foods and water. So when fruits and vegetables or meat are not adequately cleaned, cooked, or prepared, they may harbor parasite cysts or eggs. And ingesting these contaminated foods or beverages can then introduce the parasites into the digestive system, where they can thrive and cause horrible infections. So do you eat beef? Do you eat sushi, raw foods? Well, you may have something squirming inside. Now, what are some ways to know if you have parasites? All right, so parasitic infections can show with a range of signs and symptoms, often depending on the type of parasite and the severity of the infection. Now, common signs are digestive issues such as persistent stomach aches, abdominal pain, cramping, diarrhea, constipation, or unexplained weight loss. It may also appear in signs of constant like scratching or crawling skin. You can also experience the inability to lose weight as well. Now, other signs to know is if you experience like nausea and vomiting for just strange reasons, along with the general feeling of continued sickness. Now, some individuals experience fatigue, weakness, or anemia, which can result from the parasites robbing the body of these essential nutrients. Oh, also, as far as skin problems, such as like rashes, itching, and hives may also be another clue. Now, additionally, you may notice changes in your bowel movements, like the presence of visible worms or unusual colors. Now, here's the thing. If you experience any of these symptoms, especially if they persist, it's important to consult a healthcare professional for proper diagnosis and treatment prior to jumping into an herbal regimen. Okay. Also, now, poor hygiene practices also contribute to the transmission of parasites. So failing to wash hands thoroughly, especially after using the restroom or before handling food, can actually transfer parasite eggs or cysts from contaminated surfaces to the mouth. This is particularly concerning in areas with limited access to clean water and sanitation facilities. So be mindful, especially when you travel out of your country. And sadly enough, close contact with infected individuals or even our furry friends is another potential source of parasitic infections. Some parasites can be transmitted through direct contact with bodily fluids or feces of the infected individual, or through contact with infected pets. For example, children playing in contaminated soil or sandboxes can inadvertently pick up parasite cysts, leading to infections. You know, I remember when I was in elementary, I remember playing in some muddy water barefoot just for fun. And I remember also getting a ringworm that's a parasite. And it's also very contagious. So watch your surroundings. And although, I did lightly mention regions with poor sanitation and hygiene practices, which also may increase the risk of exposure to parasites that are not commonly found in your own home. Okay, so in areas with contaminated water sources, food handling practices, and insect vectors can all contribute to the transmission of parasites, especially if you're uncommon to that area. Some parasites are also transmitted through the bites of infected insects, such as mosquitoes and ticks, making insect vectors a significant source of parasitic infections in certain regions as well. So use your bug spray. Now, why do you need to get rid of them? Well, besides the obvious, parasites kill off the beneficial bacteria in your gut, allowing harmful yeast like Candida to grow, making it hard for nutrients such as our micronutrients and macronutrients to actually effectively absorb in your body and your blood, which ultimately just impacts your overall health and total wellness. Now, how do you get rid of them? Well, there are several ways. You can get medications or use herbal tonics, and depending on the severity, we'll decide which method is kind of best for you. Now, at That Stuff Nutrition, we do have an herbal way to begin this clean out process, and there are several herbs that we use. Now, although at That Stuff Nutrition we have a full package, you may get this from any source you feel comfortable. Now go ahead, grab your notebook, because here's a place where I'm about to drop a list of some of my favorite herbs and the reason why I chose them and some of the ones that are in our list, okay? Now, black walnut. Black walnut is often used in parasite cleanses due to the natural compounds like juglone. It's pretty much used to help kill off certain types of parasites and their eggs. Wormwood, which contains compounds like the artemisinin. It's a Chinese herb also used for the remedy for fever and malaria, which may be effective against parasites. It's often used in combinations with other herbs, though. Clove. It has an antimicrobial property that helps kill parasites that contain compounds known as eugenol that actually disrupts the cell membranes and metabolic process of parasites, making it difficult for them to survive and reproduce. Garlic. Yeah, interesting, right? Not just an added flavor in your dishes. Garlic has actual natural anti-parasitic properties that get rid of these vampires known as parasites. Makes you think, huh? All these times we've been watching vampire movies, whole time get rid of parasites, right? So great thing, it's already readily available in your kitchen. Pumpkin seeds, because they are packed with nutrients and contain compounds like cucurbitacin, which help paralyze and expel certain types of worms from the body. Papaya, and namely their seeds, also has a compound known as papain and can help break down and digest the outer layers of parasites, including their protective cyst or shells. This ultimately makes it easier for the body to eliminate the parasites once they are killed. There are some others, but these are kind of like my top favorites. Kind of botched some of the names, but you'll get it. Now, when looking for a cleanse or making your own, make sure to add portions of these to help the process along. All right, moving into what to expect when doing a parasite cleanse. Now, it is important that you know this. During this time, you're going to temporarily have your immune system broken down. And I repeat, do not be around a lot of people, especially sick people. If you must, I recommend wearing a mask. Your immune system will not handle other people's germs. Remember, I warned you. And heck, I would even stay away from negative energy. Just do a fast from all things toxic, because if you do not, you'll just get sick. Now, this is your disclaimer. Use it at your own risk. And now it's on you. You may experience different things, all right? Now, here are some things that you may experience during a parasite cleanse. Die-off symptoms, also known as a hexamer reaction. This occurs when parasites and their toxins are released and start to die. You may experience fatigue, headaches, muscle aches, and digestive discomfort. These symptoms are typically temporary and unfortunately a great sign that the cleanse is working. You may notice changes when you use the porcelain, the bathroom, things like increased frequency, changes in your stool consistency, or even see more undigested foods coming out. And it's common to pass parasites or their remnants in the stool during a cleanse. Now, on the flip, you're going to start to feel improved digestion, increased energy, reduced bloating, better sleep. Look, several of my clients even have told me that they started having better dreams, like more vivid ones, which is pretty awesome. You'll notice changes in your skin, your emotions, cravings that ultimately lead to weight loss. So the benefits are solid. You just have to go through a bit of a purging process to get there. So now I'm about to discuss That Stuff Nutrition 4-day parasite cleanse, and I'm going to break this down day by day. So if you are doing this cleanse, you will be able to follow along for the best results. Now, expect to do a 3-day diet, fast, prayer, whatever you need, because you will be on a complete hiatus for the next few days. So, welcome, and thank you for trusting That Stuff Nutrition with your cleansing needs. All right. So, in your package, you should have received 3 tea bags and a concoction of herbs and a pouch of liquid. So day 1, in a pot, you're going to boil 64 ounces of water. You may just need to add a little bit more because some water boils out when you do that. After it comes to a boil, you're going to place a tea bag in the pot and let it steep until a cool state. From there, you're going to pour this entire tea concoction in a 64-ounce jug with the tea bag. Drink this all day. Now, when I say only drink all day, this is the only liquid outside of water that I want you to consume the entire day. All right, your goal for maximum effectiveness, you want to also consume the entire 64 ounces. Now, full disclosure, it is bitter and it's meant to be. Do not add honey or sweeteners. Those are things that these bugs like. And look at it this way: if you don't like it, neither do the parasites. It's a process, so close your nose or do what you need to do just to suck it down. Okay. Also, I've had some clients just chug it and get it over with, and I'm cool with that too. As long as, and I repeat, the only liquid you need to consume for the rest of the day and for the next 3 days are just water, all right? Not Kool-Aid because it has water, not tea because it's probably made of water, just pure H2O. Okay. Now you may add a lime or try to cut the taste. However, it's a bitter, which is going to stimulate the taste buds and jumpstart the digestive system, so it may not work. All right. And it's basically going to turn out these critters. Now, as far as your foods, I want you to look up a 3-day raw diet and follow that plan. No cooked food, just raw fruits and vegetables, and make sure to wash everything prior to consuming. We aren't trying to put new eggs in our body, okay? If you're going out, wear a mask or stay away from people and negative energy. You can even journal and write out how you're feeling each day. Day 2, you're going to repeat this process. And in fact, you're going to repeat this process day 3 because it's the exact same. But by day 2, the headaches and itching may happen, especially if anything is dying off. It is normal. Just stay hydrated and work past it. You're almost done. All right, now day 3, the last day, you're going to follow as normal. And day 4, make sure you're around some porcelain, because the night of day 3, right before bed, I want you to consume the liquid pouch, all right, in totality, also known as go-go. Now, after you take it, lay down. The next morning, we'll just be prepared to purge. If for some reason nothing comes out, I need you to go drink some fiber and wait for the release. If you have any further questions, please check out the frequently asked questions on the site, or you can email me at info@synergynuvu.com. Then place Parasite Cleanse in the subject line so I know to respond right away. Okay? Now, good luck and happy purging. And until next time, my lovelies, stay vibrant,